Okay. Any questions on piano history, then let me know in the next few minutes, and I'll let you know. Right over here is a piano history display done by the PTG. I'm at NAMM in Anaheim, California, which is a convention for all things music. Actually, let's get a shot before we look at the piano history. Let's get a shot over here. So this is it's a really cool atmosphere. Lots of music going on everywhere. Tons and tons of people, about 100,000 people, and concerts going on.
Right next to Disneyland.
Just across the street.
Our Disneyland is right here.
That's
the
right.
Music.
I like this better.
This is better than Disneyland.
We've got old school tools, which by the way, I know what all those tools do. I use basically or a modern form of all of those tools. Those tools look like they're about a couple hundred years old, 150 years old maybe. So like that box right there. We've got tuning forks. We've got an iron that is used for voicing. We've got wire benders. We've got a mute, regulators, set, a tuning pin driver, a key, all sorts of tools that we've got. Some modern versions, very old 300-year-old technology, and so why would the pianos that we use or the tools that we use today be any different from the tools they used 150 or 200 years ago? So right over here, this is kind of cool. Number one, that's the original, that's a replica of the original piano done by Bartolomeo Cristofori, who is number one. Yep. And he's the Italian guy. He was lived on the estate of his Italian patron, some wealthy nobleman, an Italian aristocrat, who hired this guy Cristofori to be his instrument guy, and he was of course doing harpsichords and things like that. But he came up with the whole concept that the piano is based on, which is called escapement, which means that the hammer comes up to where it's about to hit the string and it escapes from the mechanism, from the key, and it flies up to the string just on momentum alone, and now allowing you to play both piano or forte or anything in between. And so in his lifetime, the piano wasn't terribly popular, but about 50 years later there were a couple German guys that came across his designs and started manufacturing pianos, and it took off 1750s, 1760s in Germany, spread to England, spread to France, and anyway, the rest is history. And now, of course, it's the best piano, or the best instrument, rather, in the world. And that's a fact, right? Yep. That is a fact. So we've got some interesting actions here, all the way from Cristofori's. We've got 1750s. Over here. Oh, and the hammer, by the way, this is very unusual on that Cristofori action. Can you get a shot of the hammer? So it's got a leather top that actually strikes the string, but underneath it, on modern pianos, you've got a wood core surrounded by a compressed felt hammer. But on the Cristofori action, what you've got is this paper paper ring that is supporting a leather top that actually comes in contact with the hammer. So down there, number 4, we've got a modern action that actually has some plastic parts or ABS parts, with of course a modern hammer. Hammers like that, solid, have been used for most of the piano's history. This is an interesting one here. So with the Industrial Revolution came cast iron plates, which enabled manufacturers to increase the tension by a lot. Because before it was a wooden frame like it is on this one, and so the amount of tension that you can put on a wooden frame is a fraction of what you can do with an iron frame. So that's what you have here. And also it's on a hinge, which is very unusual. This is a French piano.
Christine Yates wants to know if you've ever built a piano from the ground up.
From the ground up? No, I have not.
Your restorations are pretty close.
Yeah, we restore them pretty in depth, pretty thoroughly, but not all the way from scratch. There's some pretty high barriers to entry to do that. Like the cast iron plate that I was talking about, that's probably the biggest one, but a few others as well. So Christine, I can restore a piano completely, but build it from scratch, can't do that. So here's some old hammers. I'm not sure if this is rabbit fur, but for a long it kind of looks like from that era a lot of hammers were made of rabbit fur, especially in France. This piano was in the theater that Lincoln was shot. Well, when Lincoln was shot, this piano was present. Chickering is an American piano that they were responsible for a number of major innovations. Like, again, we're talking about the cast iron plate. Chickering, I think it was Chickering, it innovated the full one-piece cast iron plate. It goes back